All right, first, before we start anything, because formality, I'm going to read you your rights, okay? You get your water?
I got my water.
I'm going to read you your rights and go through this. I'll have you sign it just saying that I read them to you. And
Miranda rights?
Yeah. And then
I'll just sign it. I know what it says.
And then if you want to, I'll have to read them. It's a formality. And then you want to give us your story. I'm here to listen.
Lloyd Brewster was a 57-year-old Floridan real estate investor who was watching the Super Bowl in a bar located in a building that he owns. As the match concludes, he walks outside the bar and notices 21-year-old Garrett Hughes urinating on the wall of his building, prompting him to draw his gun and shoot the unarmed boy, who would soon succumb to his injury and pass. Though it was wrong for Garrett to urinate on someone else's property as it falls under the crime of vandalism, this does not make it right for Lloyd to shoot, much less kill the perpetrator. Lloyd, thinking that he did no wrong, would soon plead not guilty and claim that he acted in self-defense, which is far from the case.
Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have him present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. You understand those rights? Okay. Do me a favor, just read this here. Do you have your glasses? Okay.
Cheers.
Yep, there you go. Pretty much, tell me what happened. And start, if you can, just start I guess the night that you were at Contown that night?
Correct.
Okay, so go ahead and let me know. Tell me what you got.
I was there for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I was with my niece and her boyfriend.
Okay.
They left. I am now single, so I hung out for a little bit longer to see if maybe a potential suitor might show up.
Okay.
Nothing happened. I was ready to go home. I noticed there was a lot of activity going to and from the back door.
Okay.
As we have discussed in the past.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So I went out back to just see what was going on. As you know, I am armed. Nature of my business, my property.
All right.
I went out back, and there was not one. This was not a drug dealer, I don't think. Just a guy, and he had buddies with him, and there were cars, but he was in between two cars. There were people on either side, and I guess they were all together. I don't know. They hadn't come from inside the bar. I don't know where they came from. And he's pissing in the parking lot.
Okay.
And on the building. And I said, man, can't you just go I'll be honest, can't you just go in the fucking bar and piss in the toilet? And we exchanged words. And as it progressed, he became more agitated and approached me. And I said, look, I own this. Stop. He continued to approach me. I said, I'm armed. It appeared as though he was reaching for something. The first shot went off this way. The second shot went off up in the air. To the best of my recollection, he was already on top of me. It would happen that fast.
Okay.
There's no doubt I fired a weapon.
Okay.
Right off the bat, Lloyd admitted to firing the shots and claimed that he acted in self-defense as he felt threatened. However, self-defense claims are hard to prove, as self-defense is only justified when there is a perceived immediate threat, which might not apply in this case as Garrett showed no visible signs. What Lloyd should do is he should consult a lawyer before talking to the detective.
Because they wouldn't let me wash my hands.
Right. Yeah, we'll do that after.
It happened.
All right.
I immediately, once he was down, did not continue to assault him. Set my firearm on the hood of a car.
Okay.
awaiting the arrival of the police. I did not render aid because other people showed up to render aid.
Okay.
And I know he's got a lot of witnesses that are going to say a lot of different things. That's what happened from my perspective.
Okay.
But I can tell you, he was on me so fast that my second shot went in the air.
Okay.
It was that fast. It was on my property. I stood my ground. I feared for my life. Period.
Okay. Just so I know, if you can, draw me a little map. You know the property. Draw me a map where it was on the parking lot. So the parking lot's back here, like this. That's the rear parking lot, right? Okay. Let's say this is the door for Comptown.
Right here.
Okay, just draw it right there. Show me. What's it by the trailers or?
No. So there was a car. Well, you know the way the back parking lot is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like this, right?
Okay.
No, not over here. Not. These are the dumpsters.
Right.
Right. Here's that Jeep that's been sitting there forever.
Yes.
It was approximately here. There was a truck parked here. After it happened about here.
Okay.
I laid my firearm there.
Okay. All right. When did you make contact with him?
As I came out,
Uh-huh.
I was walking this direction. It started here.
Okay. And where did it happen? Did the altercation happen like in the parking lot itself, or
In the parking lot itself.
Okay,
Not in the bar.
No, not in the bar. I'm saying
Were you in between the parking
In between the
cars,
cars,
closer to
or
this
was that-
building here,
In
or the car
between
towards
the
middle
in
of
between the
parking
cars.
lot?
okay,
Right here.
all right,
All of that's a matter of fact.
Okay.
There's cameras everywhere. Right?
Okay.
So all of that is a matter of fact.
okay,
And then as he approached me, I identified I own all of this.
yeah,
It's all my property.
okay,
I identified myself as the owner of the property. I identified myself as being armed. He still approached and appeared as though he was going for something.
okay.
That's.
What did he tell you when you told him about what?
We were going back, like, who the fuck are you? We were just going back and forth on this thing, and it just, that fast.
Okay. Did he go?
It was not a long, drawn out process. It really wasn't. Because if it had been, then his buddies that were here would have,
Okay.
had they all come in together and it been a fist fight, things might have ended differently. But that dude was agitated already. I mean, you can test me for drugs or whatever. I don't know. I swear, I hope he's okay. I hit him in the abdomen. I don't think I hit him with the second shot because the second shot went in the air. It was that fast.
So when the altercation happened, that you all came together, was there any contact with you on him? Did you grab him? Did he grab you? Was there any hand contact?
Not to my recollection.
Okay,
It happened so fast, but when somebody's coming at you that fast,
I got you.
it doesn't.
I got you.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Now, if we're going to get into very minute particulars, that's what I'm going to ask for a lawyer.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you the overall scope of what happened. And the reason I asked for you is you understand the dynamics of that establishment.
Yes, I do.
Lloyd should have gotten a lawyer involved before the interrogation started. However, he assumes that he is in the right and that the detectives are going to agree with his actions. His arrogance only dug a deeper hole than he was already in as he slowly revealed evidence which might make the self-defense claim invalid.
And so you know I'm armed all the time. Nature of my business and what goes on back there. And really all I was doing was walking through here to see what was going on, to give you a call if something was happening.
All right.
That's it.
When
You've been in contact a lot.
No, we have, and you always tell me people have been doing stuff back there. We got a good relationship.
In all honesty, I don't think they were dealing with anything. I think they were just drunk guys.
Okay.
They're local, I think.
Right.
And I can tell you, one of them's probably going to try to kill me, based on
Did they say anything?
the looks. And finally, your officer that did not detain me,
Right.
really, he didn't handcuff me, but we went and sat on my back steps. Because originally I was looking at the scene, and the guy was looking at me like, yeah, I'm going to get even with you. And the officer saw it too, and he said, just come sit over here.
Right.
Just look this direction.
Right. So, just so I get it right, you walked out of here, you were walking, you walked out of Countdown, and you walk in there when you when you engaged in the
He's over there pissing, and he zipped his pants up, and we had words, and he came at me.
Okay.
And, I mean, there's no reason for me to go at a guy that's just pissing other than verbally. Just, really, go to the fucking bar. They got 3 bathrooms.
I got you. No.
So I don't know, beyond that, I didn't know him. He had no reason to have malice for me that I'm aware.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people know me, you know that.
Yeah.
I did not recognize him as someone that I'd run into before.
Okay. All right. And as far as words, you can't remember what he told you or anything like that?
It was all... I hate to say it, but, in the heat of battle, in the heat of the moment, words are exchanged. Yes. Can I be verbally abusive? Yes. I can. But did I walk up and strike him to cause him to come at me? No.
All right. Okay.
No. Look at my size. I mean, no.
I got you.
And my recollection is the guy was a little bit taller than I am.
All right. Did he hit you? Did he strike you?
No, he came at me in a threatening manner.
Okay.
And it appeared as though he was reaching for something. But he was coming at me.
All right.
And
did you see what he was like?
No,
what he was reaching at,
no.
or anything like that?
I did not.
Okay.
What do you mean by the threatening manner? Like, what could be threatening?
No, he was coming at me with words and we're gonna have issues. Because I mean, where he ended up, the best of my recollection, was outside here. Okay?
Behind the cars.
Right.
Okay.
Outside.
It was originally
Now,
back
you
here,
tell me if
came
I'm
out to you.
you tell me if I'm incorrect. But so he obviously came toward me.
Okay.
Did you find him here next to the building? No. You found him in the middle of the parking lot, which is where I was. Which means he came to me.
All right.
When you came out, where were his friends?
There was a friend. Okay. I don't know if they were his friends.
Right.
But there were other people. There were some over here and some over here, but there were cars here and here. That's my recollection. So it was like he was isolated.
So he was by himself, like staying pissing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not sitting around watching him piss.
Right.
Without a lawyer, Lloyd continuously revealed evidence that slowly made his self-defense claim invalid, as now, there is a probability that the group of people might not relate to the victim at all. Lloyd's mistakes lie in the fact that he made too many assumptions and thought that the detectives were dumb enough to agree with his story without contest. Though it may appear that the detectives agree with what Lloyd says, this is all an act to make Lloyd feel reassured so that he continues to speak.
Was there anybody back here by the back door? Anybody hanging out back there?
I walked out. I don't believe there was at the time. There was immediately afterwards.
Okay.
There were all kind of people everywhere.
All right.
Afterwards.
At what point did you draw on him? Was it here?
When I fired, he was about this close. Because I fired on him. It appeared as though he was reaching for something, and he's coming at me. And by the time he got that close, I fired, and he's on top of me.
Okay. Did he fall on you?
He came, yeah,
Oh, did he, like,
My second shot went in the air.
okay, so were you,
He was on me.
you fell on the ground? Do you remember if you fell on the ground and fell back?
Yeah, he came at me. Yeah, because when I got up, but he wasn't on top of me by the
Okay.
time it all ended. He was on the ground.
Okay. So I'm just trying to.
Do you remember
place it.
where he was reaching? Like, was he reaching?
It looked like on his side,
Okay.
Okay.
which is where I carry a firearm.
Okay.
I mean, there was no reason for this. This was
Do you remember if you were holding the gun with one hand or with two hands?
me.
Were you able to actually
When
punch
I,
out properly?
I don't know. I will tell you what the best of my recollection is.
I'm sure it happened pretty fast.
2, 1.
Okay.
I mean, it was that fast.
Fast.
And just to get, so you walking towards him, yeah,
I'm not walking toward him, he's walking toward me.
okay.
Do you want to show?
Like,
Show me.
I'm trying to get, like, did you fall, you said you got up off the ground?
Yeah, because when he came, my second shot went in the air.
Okay,
It was that fast.
okay. Right,
And I'm going to maintain stand your ground all day long. I mean, it's my parking lot. He's coming at me. What I hope comes out of this, I understand your job. And I understand friends don't cross that line for your job. I think this is a case for a grand jury.
well, that's what we're here, do you know my job?
Yep. I think this is a case for a grand
and-
jury to investigate all of the facts.
This is something that we get all the facts, we get everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, we put everything together.
And you know I'm not
And
going
before we
anywhere.
do anything,
I don't want to go to jail tonight, but you know I'm not going anywhere. So,
Lloyd continues to underestimate the role of the detectives sitting in front of him. What is said now will be used for the grand jury to decide whether he is guilty or not. However, Lloyd continues to think that the detectives are not the ones to decide his fate. Hence he does not feel reserved and leaks out much evidence which might be used against him.
take it to a grand jury.
that's up to the state, Preston, we put everything together, we take it to the state, then they make that decision.
But you know, this wasn't a revenge thing. This wasn't one of the dealers back there. It wasn't like I was hunting somebody.
I got you.
In no way, shape, or form.
I got you. You had gone to the bar earlier. What time do you think you got to the bar?
We watched the whole Super Bowl.
The whole Super Bowl? Okay. How many drinks you think you might have had?
Probably 3.
3? Was it drinks or beers? What were you
Beers.
drinking? Beers?
I don't
Okay.
remember.
You just drink beer?
Oh.
Okay. And what time did you get there, you think?
We got the Uber at. You got my phone?
No, they have it, I believe. You got it in there? You got the time that
Yeah,
you got the
we got
Uber?
the Uber.
Okay. We could look at it. So
then-
you had an Uber took you there? So you
Right.
didn't even drive there?
No.
Okay.
So the Uber took us. No, because we've learned if you drink 1 or 2 beers, don't drive because that FHP is
Everywhere right now.
everywhere. No, I mean we're that responsible. So my niece and
What's your niece's name?
Arabi Luke,
How do you spell that?
Arabi.
Damn, I had a
Luke.
R-I.
Huh?
Luke, O-U-K-E.
Yep,
That's your niece, right?
correct.
Okay.
And
She had left already.
her and Alex Kruger Alex showed up later because he was working tonight.
That's your boyfriend?
Yes.
I think that's on that for now. I'm gonna do the swaps in your hand for the GSR.
I don't deny that I shot a firearm.
Do you remember what hand you shot it with? Right hand?
So am I spending the night at Rick Ramsey's?
I don't know. This is what we're doing, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. We're gonna put everything together. Your story, their story.
It's one of me and probably 5 or 6 of them.
And that's fine. It goes to the state. We tell them what we're gonna do, and they'll make the decision of how they want to proceed. If they're gonna take it to grand jury, if they're gonna. Either way, we just, and you know how we operate. You know me for a long time. I'm not gonna bullshit you.
And you know I'm not running anywhere.
And I know that you got plenty of roots here. So based on what the state says, we'll give them both sides. We'll give them, and they'll make a decision. And you'll know. So right now we're just putting everything together. You coming forward, you talking to us, we'll give them that, and then they'll make the decision of how they want to.
I'm not hiding what happened.
So, no, I understand that. You've always been up front with me, with no problem. So we just put everything together, and then we give it to them, and it'll go from there. Okay?
So here's what I would ask: if you want to hold me for whatever reason, give me 3 or 4 days. Here's why. I'm a one-man shop. I've got to pay estimated taxes. I'm the only one that can do it.
Okay.
I've got to be at my office. I don't care if you come and sit with me to make sure I don't go anywhere.
Right.
But I've got to be able to do that.
Well,
And that's not just for
I
me.
can't make that decision, and I'm going to tell you, I can't make that decision. That's not on me to make, but it's something that we'll have to talk to the state about. Okay. And like I said, I've always been upfront with you. There's nothing to hide. I have to do my job as far as no matter what it is. But we've got to run everything through the state and through our boss.
Okay, and my lawyer is Don Yates.
Don.
Lloyd's self-defense claim was ultimately shot down in court, and he was found guilty of murder and was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment. If you are interested in more videos of interrogations, do subscribe to my channel and check out my other works. Thank you.